Whoa, 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 whoa. I think it's real. I think it's happening. Hmm. Go to the old Tiger Time channel. Whoa, there he is. There I am. Let me just double check. That's my voice. Alrighty, so welcome. How the heck's everybody doing today? Welcome to my first stream in quite a long time, really. It's good to be back. Good to channel my liveness and get going. So let me just check one thing here. How the heck's everybody doing today? It's very toasty in my neck of the woods. Very warm. Talking 90 plus degrees with humidity. It's hot. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, it's warm. So, anyways, we'll see. We'll see if people come. We'll see if they don't come. Either way, ready to have some fun. So, yeah. I'm just kind of here because I thought it'd be fun. Whenever I did these in the past, people sort of just popped in and it was nice. I could chat with my viewers. And I know there's only 316 of you. And I also know that not necessarily all of you are constantly tuned in to Tiger Time content. I totally get that. But it's cool when I do get to interact with any one of you who do end up watching this, or even maybe somebody who discovers me through a live stream like what happened with Marvel Rivals multiple times. So I think it's cool to do this because it's a cool way to engage and just kind of hear what's going on with you guys. You know, I really enjoy doing that in the comments as well. One of my favorite things to do is just banter, bicker, battle, whatever word you want to use in the comments. And live streams are cool because you can do that in the moment, right? That's what makes them awesome. Now, this side of Tiger Time, myself, you may know me as Tyler. This side of me is more of just a raw, unfiltered, after dark version. Just kind of me talking about stuff. You know, I'm not sure how consistently I'm going to do this. I'd like to start a podcast at some point. Ideally, it wouldn't be just me, it'd be me and someone else, you know, talking about games. Just doing silly stuff. I don't know who my co-host would be. If there's anybody out there watching this, if you want to be a co-host to a podcast, let me know. That could be fun. But for now, it's me talking into a mic and having a nice time doing it. Now, I could be playing games, of course. But at the same time, whenever I watch someone doing a live stream and they're talking for a while, that's the best way to connect. So, I don't know. I feel like there's some really cool potential for just interesting conversations in this format. Even if nobody comes for quite a while, I'll just keep doing it just like I've been doing with the videos and just trying to be consistent about it. That's kind of what it's all about. Consistency, as far as I can tell. So, we're chilling. I I think what I'd like to do is get some nice tunes going. Can't go wrong with a little music. So let me see what I can do here. Now, as some of you may know, I am a huge fan of OC Remix. That's where all my music from my videos comes from. Essentially what they are is a website where it's just dedicated to the appreciation and promotion of video game music as an art form, as they put it. And you can't beat that, can you? So what they do is they kind of remix classic tracks, and they offer multiple albums from classic games that we know and love. I love the Zelda ones, the Chrono Trigger, the Donkey Kong. They have so many good ones, and that's what I use in my videos. So in terms of OC Remix today, we are going to go with something pretty fun. What about Fiamma dei Vampiri? What's this sound like? Sounds like it's going to be hardcore. Yep. That's not quite the vibe. Little Donkey Kong, Diddy's Conquest. That's never a bad one. Yep. This one's sounding nice so far. Okay, we don't quite need words. Let's try this out. Ooh. Beautiful. That might even end up in my next video. So I'm downloading one from Super Mario 64, actually. So, if you guys also don't know, I have a very, very low specs, low tech, low everything in terms of my recording setup and in terms of my PC. It's very low tech. A lot of you can probably tell. I got a comment in my last video about my camera. I know that there's some of you out there who know. But as for today's music, I'm gonna add in this guy here. We'll do a little bit of audio output, and we'll do that. This could be interesting. I think we want to insert some media. And then browse a local file. There it is. Just loop that. Sponsored by OC Remix, baby. Okay, crank that guy up there. Oh, it's so loud. Let's see how loud that is. Only time you'll ever hear me say, I hope nobody else is in here. Let's see how loud it is. Let's see how loud it is. Interesting that it's only streaming in 720p. No, it's only streaming in 720p. It's so loud. Do that. Yes. We've got a mystery to figure out already. Alright, so output looks, yeah. Everything should be 720p, but try to reload the video. Yeah, OC Remix is great. 720p, but try to reload the video. 720p. Yeah, OC Remix is great. 720p. All right. So weird. There's always a curveball with streaming, isn't there? So. So guys, I still haven't beat DK Bonanza. just, you know, it's slowing down a little bit at the end. I can't lie. I'm having a blast destroying stuff. It's really fun. But in terms of the actual gameplay, it's lagging a little bit. Including network conditions, the streamer settings, network. Hold on 2 minutes for. Very interesting. Man, I really like 1080p. Music's bumping. All right, so yeah. Now that we're done chilling here, let's scoot on over to yeah. I wonder if it's because of the might be because of my low latency. Okay, whatever. We'll be happy with 720p. So we're going to talk about some fun stuff today. Consider this right here, the ending of the intro to this stream. Now we're going to talk about some fun stuff in the gaming sphere. Some fun stuff. Whoa. See, that's interesting that I'm a little circle. There we go. Got the rectangle back, so yeah, this is interesting. I don't know if anybody has played Far Cry. If you played any of them, if you played one, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've played them all, because the Far Cry series is very varied, if you didn't know. For me, it all started with Far Cry 3. And what this is showing right here, if you don't know, is the villain from Far Cry 3, Voss. Now, he had quite an appearance in that game. And if the Far Cry TV show is about Far Cry 3, then yeah, okay, let's get excited. But if there are some other ones, ooh, you know what, I'll have to accept those cookies for now. Maybe I should get ad blocker for this, but if there are some other ones they base it off of, you know, I'm not so excited. I will say I lived in Montana for a bit, so when it came to Far Cry 5, there was sort of a connection there, but when I think of Montana, I think of something more like Red Dead Redemption 2's Montana, not the one that Far Cry 5 depicts. There are definitely parts of Montana that you could say are Far Cry 5-esque, but I don't think it would be that great of a TV show, really. I think Far Cry 4 could be interesting, very interesting setting, interesting villain, but, I mean, let's face it. I haven't played Far Cry 6 to be clear, or 1 or 2, but when it comes to the Far Crys 3 through 5, Far Cry 3 is the one to go with. That's the one you got to make a TV show about. There's no doubt about it. Specifically, mostly just for this guy, but also it's kind of an interesting story. It's got a heck of a beginning. It'll wrap you right in. So yeah, this is really interesting. It also kind of makes sense for Ubisoft trying to get money as desperately as they can. And this one actually came from Ubisoft itself, as we can see here. So, you know, there's actually some credibility to this, which is very surprising and very interesting. Of course, Reddit picked up on this, and it seems like there's some truth to this, which is actually cool. And I think the Far Cry 3 could even be a TV show. I think it could go beyond just a movie. Far Cry, a psychological tailspin that doesn't shy away from the darkest and most absurd parts of humanity. Absolutely. And FX does kind of go crazy with their TV shows, and they like the darkness, so it would make total sense, yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, I just thought that was really interesting because I often think about Far Cry 3. It's hard not to. That game kind of blew my mind when it came to just playing games in an open world and a dynamic world. It was super interesting to me to see that. Oh, ice cream truck's going by. So yeah, I just think this one's really interesting. And Voss is a crazy villain. So okay, let me check my stream one more time here. Think of something more like Red Dead Redemption 2's Montana, not the one that Far Cry 5 depicts. There are definitely parts of Montana that you could say are Far Cry 5-esque, but I don't think it would be that great of a TV show, really. I think Far Cry 4 could be. Oh my gosh. Huggy, what's up, dude? Welcome back to a Tiger Time stream. No games today. Just testing it out. Getting my streaming legs under me. Remembering how this all works. And talking a little games. It's been so long. Yeah, your comment really made me think. It's been quite a while. There's no denying it. Yeah. Crazy, huh? Moved across the country. Playing all new games. And here we are again. I miss you too, brother. Good to be back. Good to see you again. Yeah, I remember maybe the last one we did was was the Bloodborne stream. Average 1800s mustache American. You know what? It's great. I'm glad you said that because I could never grow a mustache when I was a young man. Something happened, and now I'm an average 1800s mustache American. I'm doing well, Maestro Gaming. No, thanks for asking. How are you doing? With a name like that, do you have a channel yourself, Maestro Gaming? Yeah, the sheriff's back in town. Tiger time is on the clock. Yeah, this is first stream in about 4 months. Just getting used to it again. Making sure that I remember how to talk. And yeah, just feeling it out. I'm going to talk a little news. Already talked about a potential Far Cry TV show. I think once I get back into it, play little games on stream too. Yeah. Streaming's fun. Streaming's fun. It's nice to just interact with people. That's so funny. Oh, the old mustache. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Should I shave it? I never know what to do with it. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes it's a lot. I think it's kind of fitting right now. So I can look like the old 1800s mustache American. It's hilarious. Maybe I'll change my channel to that. I like how you capitalized everything too. Makes me feel important. Froggy, thanks for sticking around. Yeah. Good to see you back here, man. It's good to be back. You know, I always enjoyed the gaming streams, but The just chatting streams were fun too. Just talking, hanging out, little Q&A here. You can ask me all your questions about who I've arrested recently, what kind of mustache product I'm using. Any of your American questions, I'll take them right here. What kind of liquids I'm drinking. Keep me hydrated for all my gaming takes. Let me see. I'm gonna check something out here. Maestro, was it my mustache that drew you to this channel? Okay, so let's see. Streams better than sending some birds to send messages as they can be hijacked with treats. LOL. My goodness. Was that English? Streams better than sending some birds to send messages as they can be hijacked with treats. Yes. I cannot make sense of that at all. Maestro, if you could interpret. Oh, I get it now because you're saying that I lived in the 1800s. And you're saying it's a stream in terms of communication is better than sending a passenger pigeon because they can be hijacked with treats and then my message would never get there. I'm here. I got you now. All coming together, Maestro Gaming. That's hilarious. I like how you capitalize all your words. Makes them all feel really... Froggy, what are your thoughts on the outlaw that just robbed the saloon? Dude. I just beat the crap out of that guy. I'm taking him in. Put these glasses on. I said, you're coming with me. That was it. When I walk into the old saloon with those glasses on, they just all, oh, sheriff's in town. That's it. Basically turned around just so I could arrest him once I walked in looking like that. It was crazy. The mustache and the glasses, they go a long way. Makes sense once someone else says it. Noise, you get right answer. Jackpot, no way. Maestro Gaming, what do I win? Do you have a channel of your own? I actually started this live stream out by talking about how it'd be fun to start a little podcast, a little weekly podcast. I like those. And I'm looking for a co-host. Looking for a little co-host. Basically, I just talk about anything because I make videos about everything. I don't have a specific niche. I just kind of talk about them all. There's too many interesting things in the gaming space to just talk about one thing, right? Co-host, you say? Why, yes. I'll be taking applications shortly. Thinking about naming the podcast It's Dangerous to Game Alone. Because that's the famous Zelda quote. It's dangerous to game alone. No, you had a channel like 7 to 8 years ago and posted so many gaming thing, but it flopped like Titanic sank in ocean. Dude, that's a pretty hard flop right there. It's really intense. How did that happen? How did your channel hit an iceberg and flop? That's tough. So does that mean like the Titanic, like your channel was huge, everybody was excited about it, they were feeling it, and then all of a sudden just snapped in half? Or was it more like it never quite got up to the Titanic's size? Because that's kind of what I'm picturing. Yeah, Froggy here. We've got a 1,000 subscriber channel here in the chat. We got the big wig here, Froggy. He knows. It's all about consistency. Keep posting equals keep growing. That is the hard part though. It's tough. It's tough when you have a video that just does like, I mean, it's weird because I never would have complained about this. Not that I'm complaining, but I never would have thought this was bad till now. But like when I get a video that's under 200 views. Back in the day, me, before I had this mustache, would have been very happy with a video that had 100 views. So it's crazy now that if it's under 200, it's hard. It gets tough to keep going. You know? So, yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I mean, I've just kept posting and slowly but surely people just keep subscribing, so that's really cool. It's cool to see. And it's cool to just see like a couple people in the comments saying things like, wow, I never thought about it like that. Or, hey, you changed the way that I think about games, sort of thing. You know, that's kind of crazy to me, but it's pretty cool. Games are cool. Games are cool. Yeah, Froggy. When you were a smaller channel, even smaller channel, it was way harder because very little engagement was very little motivation. Yeah. Yeah, because you're right. The engagement is the motivation. Like when people are commenting, when people are in the live streams, that's the best, you know, that's when it gets exciting. Even if they're negative comments, it's still like, wow, people care. Even if it's in a bad way. You know, so I agree. The motivation, the engagement is the motivation. So when it's just like a 200 view video with like 4 likes and 4 comments, it's just kind of like, it's tough. It's tough because you feel like people don't necessarily care about that. But in the end, it's all kind of depending on the topic and everything. But yeah, it is about consistency though, for sure. Maestro, let's see. It's like if something new starts, no one know that you feel the way to lead, but the immature child in you didn't want to go like you don't have any competitor for motivation. Wow. Maestro, you sent some... You make me think, Maestro. It's like if something new starts, no one know that you feel the way to lead. That time YouTube was like Wink Music app. Huh. Yeah, yeah. You didn't want to go like you don't have any competitor. Yeah. You know what? I like that line. You didn't have any competitor for motivation. That's I feel like sounds a little cliche, but my biggest competitor has always been myself for sure. I feel like that always helps. Like when you're competing against your past, you know? When you're like, no, I'm gonna be better than my last video, or better than my mustache is gonna be bigger than it was a month ago. You know? If you're competing against yourself, that feels like the healthiest competitor because yourself's always gonna be there. Looking up at you saying, you can't do better than me. Wink music app? I don't really know what that is, actually. Let me check. Let me take a look at this. Hmm. It's got everything on here, everything you need. Terrible experience. I'm a loyal Wink music user's past 5-6 years, but nearly 6-7 months won't update this app. There are a very rare amount of songs, and also I can't find any of my favorite songs. I used to love this app so much, and it was user friendly. I see. So Wink appears to have gone downhill. People aren't loving it, but it used to be kind of like a YouTube of music. I don't know how I haven't heard of Wink, but very interesting. Yeah, Froggy comments are the best engagement because it's nice to know that people care enough. Yeah, definitely. Exactly. Like I said, whether they are just grumpy or whether they're, yeah, happy and excited that you've changed something, it feels good. It feels really good. Maestro said, it's like in a marathon, you're running alone until you being tired like jogging in park. Yeah. Maestro, you're dropping some sick. You're dropping some bangers here. Dropping some serious wisdom in my chat. That was the time the destiny changed. The destiny. Are you talking about Destiny the game or like your life's destiny? I think either one would apply here. But yeah, I like that. You know, when you're running alone, no music or anything, who's motivating you? You're not like running to some beat, you're not running to someone's voice. It's just this little guy in here. That's it. You got to contend with him. And you know what that little guy's always saying? He's always saying, hey, you're tired, you're cramping, you're sweating. Same thing with YouTube. Bangers should bang inside your mind to grind to improve yourself. That's right. That's right, Maestro. Absolutely. They should. Maestro, what is your creative outlet these days? It sounds like you've got the mindset to do something. Froggy, we should all want to be like Dan. Dude. Those were the days, weren't they? Those were the freaking days when we were streaming Medieval, had Gil popping in and out. That was fun. We had some good streams. Medieval was really fun. You know, streaming with games is interesting though. That's the thing, like it's cool to stream when you play games because you can interact with people about the game, but it also kind of narrows you down. Like Medieval was a very, you know, not everybody's interested in a game like Medieval. So if they saw that, they might not enter the live stream because it's Medieval. But when it's just like a chatting stream, they'll probably come in, you know. But I don't know, I do think it's fun to play games and stream. Yeah, like Bloodborne was fun too, but the audio kept desyncing. Very niche game it was. I think that what helped me though was I was the only one streaming it. Medieval was a special time. There's no denying that either. I don't know if you guys have Game Pass. I do. I have Game Pass. I primarily play on Xbox. That's my main method of consuming video games. I like a little PlayStation here and there too. But Game Pass, it feels like if you know anything about it, it feels like it's gonna go kaput at any second because it doesn't make any sense. How does Game Pass still exist? It's a pretty amazing deal. I mean, even if it's still 20 a month, you still would get a game for $20 a month if you just signed up to play, like, let's say you wanted to play Avowed or like Call of Duty. Pay $20 a month and play a $60, $70 game. That's pretty nice. Now, if you're doing it for all 12 of those months, obviously that's $240 a month. Not so much of a deal then. But I've got it. I pay for it for most of the months. So, probably like $200 a year. And I do have those moments where I question, is this a good use of my money right now? Because I don't necessarily always play online or even use Game Pass. Sometimes I'm just using the good old disc. And yes, discs do still exist. So I don't know. I feel like I've been seeing a little buzz around Game Pass maybe not being around, but Maestro says, what your problems in life you want to have answers for solution, as I can help you, as don't worry for yourself. As you born and die one time, but you can live for other as hope to be valuable. Whoa. Man, Maestro. Maestro, you are... I think you're speaking beyond my mortal level of comprehension. There are very wise words in here, though. I feel like what you're saying basically, when you have problems in your life, you want to have solutions. Don't waste your time worrying about something, as you will one day die, but you can live for other people. The last part, I'd start to lose me a little bit. You can live for other as hope to be valuable. You live for other people, you hope to be valuable for them. Sort of what I'm getting out of that. Life is Strange, good game. As life if we can undo things. Yeah, Life is Strange is a very interesting game. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. I haven't played the second one. But that's a very trippy game. I feel like by the way you're talking, it makes sense you'd like that game. Right now I'm playing Donkey Kong Bonanza still. That's fun, but it's losing a bit of steam, honestly. Slowing a bit down. But I like my Nintendo games. There's no denying it. Froggy, I understand that enough to know it's elite wisdom, yeah. It is. Maestro, you clearly have some good thoughts to share. Sounds like you need to start making videos again. Now this is interesting. Like I was saying about Xbox Game Pass. Got my little circle head here. Game Pass isn't changing how Xbox players play, but it's hurting big game sales. New study claims. That's today. This article's coming out today. A few years ago when Phil Spencer took to the stage and showed us Xbox Game Pass, yeah, it was so hype. Everybody's like, this is going to be the next Netflix for games. And, I would argue it did revolutionize gaming. It's unreal, but I can also, it makes total sense why they think it might be cannibalizing major game sales. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, people have been asking this for years. Like, how is it possible? Oh, let me try this then. Thanks for that feedback, Froggy. I think that this mic, I need to update my settings for each individual view. Because right now this mic is the best because this is my recording mic. But then when I have my mic where it's on the display showing my laptop and everything, that has a different mic filter on it, so it sounds different. So I just need to kind of combine all of those to sound nice like this one. Hopefully it does. Thanks, Froggy, though. Audio engineer. A mod on Twitch, my only mod. About that. Maestro says Xbox and PlayStation be like Apple versus Samsung. Yeah. Yeah, my question for you is which one's Apple? Because if you were to ask me, I feel like I've been thinking PlayStation's Apple for a long time. Because they have such a premier product. It's always looks and feels nicer. They have the best controller in video games, in video game history, basically. And Xbox is Xbox is Samsung. Yeah. And PlayStation has better games. They have, they're definitely Apple. I mean, they even have the consistent iterations of PS5 to PS5 Pro. It's just like Apple iPhone every other year. They're starting to make a new one. The real question is, will the PS6 be $1,000? That's the question we all want to know. Will you guys pay $1,000 for the PlayStation 6? That's the question. I just paid $450 for the Switch 2. Actually, I paid $500 because of Mario Kart World. Let's see. Froggy says better PlayStation has way better games in my opinion. Yep, Froggy. Totally. I would agree. It's unfortunate because Xbox has series that I really like I'm talking about like Fable, like Halo, like Gears of War. Stuff like that. Like there are some great series that Xbox could come back and I would actually maybe like them better than PlayStation. But yeah, PlayStation's dominating right now. Even just with, like, for me, PlayStation, my favorite series actually from PlayStation is probably the Ghost of Tsushima and God of War. I'm interested to see what Ghost of Yotei does. That'll be cool. Yes, sir, Maestro says. So yeah, you're thinking PlayStation is the Apple. Yeah. Yep. Huggy, I'm going to be YouTube mod one day. Let's go, man. Love your optimism. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. If the YouTube streams take off, it's just fun chatting with people. And I think the interesting thing about YouTube, like just chatting or Q&A or news streams, it's literally like what those bigger streamers are doing is nothing different from what I'm doing right now, which is just like talking to people, just going off the cuff, bringing up random topics. Like it's no different from this. Like a lot of the times the viewers lead the conversations in those streams, which is like me just talking to you guys right now. And the only difference between this stream and those bigger streams is just the amount of people watching. Like if there were 30 people in here, it'd be so easy to just keep going and have a conversation because it's so easy with two of you guys right now. So it really is just a matter of, I feel like people, like the right people popping in and the right people vibing and wanting to stick around. So I feel like that's how people built up their streams of like 1,000 people tuning in every other day or whatever they do. So yeah, I feel like it's just consistency. And yeah, like you said, being around when people are on and seeing if people pop in and vibe. And then one day, maybe it'll be big. You could get a low-end PC for 1K. I don't think I'd want a PS6 for more than 750, 800. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Exactly. It starts to be like, at that point, why not get a PC? You know, I heard something about Steam coming to the Xbox handheld or the next Xbox or something. That would actually be an interesting reason to get another Xbox for me. Because right now, there's no reason besides Game Pass. If I would buy a PS6 for 800. I would still do that. 1,000? Probably not. This, especially because this generation they have not put out games at the clip they've needed to. You know, hopefully they've learned from that, and the PS6 generation will have more games that are actually PS6 dedicated. But like, if the PS5 had been $800, I would not feel happy right now about what they've been putting out. You know. Maestro says Xbox needs a variety of AI update and unique change to compete with PlayStation. It will be like Fish Market, but now it's Friends Meeting. Can't tell if those two comments are related or not, but for the first comment about Xbox needing a variety of AI updates, I wonder if you are talking about UI, like user interface. Because their UI, when you sign into the Xbox, is it's pretty boring. It's now nowhere near as sleek as PlayStation. You can't have the dynamic, cool backgrounds and all that. You can have like achievement art and stuff, but it just looks so much better on PlayStation. And just the ambient sound, it feels like a premium experience. Nice, you got to see my fan. You get to see the magic of me balancing my camera. Like I said, guys. And nope. It will be Maestro. It will be like Fish Market, but now it's Friends Meeting. I'm still not sure what that one means, though, to be honest with you. Hopefully this angle is not making you guys sick, 'cause I feel like it would make me feel kind of sick. The biggest difference between my stream and the super big ones is that they are involved in a lot of... You stay right there. Not you guys, but the camera. The biggest difference between your streams and the super big ones is that they are involved in a lot of controversial topics, but Tiger Time is just chill. Let's go. That's good to hear, because that's just kind of... I don't know, that's just kind of how I interact with people in my daily life. It's just like, I'm a pretty chill guy. You know, I'll get heated about certain things that I really care about, but for the most part, I'm just kind of a vibey, chill guy. So I'm glad to hear that's coming across in the stream. Good thing, by the way. Thank you, Froggy. Appreciate you. Maestro says the market will drop for PlayStation and console like 33%, so it will be like 700, 750. You're saying the market will drop relative to low-end PCs? I could see that. I feel like 700 is a reasonable number. I mean, what worries me, of course, is the PS5 Pro's price, because they couldn't... I feel like they have to price the PS6 higher than the PS5 Pro. Otherwise, people are going to be wondering what they're paying for. And as you guys know, as you guys both know, since you sound like you're understanding of the Sony space, this guy right here is quite pricey. Let me just switch it over here for dramatic effect. As you know, the PS5 Pro is $700 or $43.34 a month. I don't know anybody that makes monthly payments on consoles. I don't know if you guys do, but at that point, I don't think you should buy it if you have to make a monthly payment. It's just my opinion, but now I do have to say this is so cool, dude. This is so cool. I didn't even know this existed till right now, but this is really cool. Wow. The controllers and everything. Oh my god. I mean, 1,000's crazy for that. Dang it. I need to get another camera stand because right now it's on a lamp. Froggy, you know what? Appreciate you coming in for a little PlayStation chat. It's been real. It's always good to see you, man. And like I said, I'm gonna be back to doing these again. I'm not sure how consistently, but yeah. Nice chatting with you. I think it's not gonna be a super long one. I was just feeling it out, seeing who wanted to pop in. I need to figure out my camera clearly, so that's an issue I'm gonna have to solve at some point. But yeah, man, thanks for stopping in, and I'm sure I'll see you really soon, whether in my next video or my next stream. So definitely good chatting with you, though. Got to go treat those fans, man. You got a bunch of them. Maestro said, in an era of darkness where lust and attraction to bad things arise, only connection to Goddess, God, or knowledge can make you pass the way. Bye, Goddess. God bless you. Take care. Maestro, I'm not quite ending my stream, but if you're heading out too, thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you having some nice chats with us. It was fun to talk with you. And I think you've got the chat to make some more videos. You have a lot of interesting things to say. Bye, Goddess. God bless you. Take care. And that is very kind of you. Bye, Goddess. God bless you and take care to you too, Maestro. To you too. I'm still kind of blown away by the PS5 Pro Anniversary Edition. That's crazy. That is such a good looking freaking console. It's crazy. Well, Maestro, yeah. I don't know if you're still here. I don't know who's still here, but you're still here, Maestro. I hope you'll be able to drop in again. Great seeing you here. I don't know if I don't recognize you. I don't know if we've talked in comments sections before, but if you're still around, subscribe. Be nice to see you again and chat about something else in terms of gaming someday. So that'd be fun. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about today before I end my little mini stream, unless anybody has any last questions for the glitching mustache. I want to check this game out. It's called Penny Blood. Now, here's the interesting thing about Penny Blood. Okay. All right, so let's check this out. Okay, audio input. Let's add another. I just want to make sure everyone can hear the video. Oh my goodness, I need to pee. That's how you know. That's how you know it's time. Try that. Okay, so try the last output capture. Oh my goodness, I really need to pee. This ain't good. Let's just watch this. So this here is Penny Blood. My computer's not like that. We're gonna have to downgrade everyone. If I was with someone, they'd say that kind of looks like you right now. Oh, okay, we've got a turn-based game. Whoa! Big stats. Cool animations. Looks like a cool little attacking system. Very cool animations, actually. Kind of like a little Resident Evil, like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, turn-based vibe. Whoa, some metaphor in there too. Oh wow, he's able to use the menu when the animation's going. That's cool. Really cool. I wonder what that is. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but it's serviceable, definitely. $9,999 health, and these damage stats are only 1,000. Okay, so yeah. That's for Penny Blood, a serious spiritual successor to Shadow Hearts. Very interesting. Now check this out. Penny Blood. Very interesting stuff, right? Now if we click on this Reddit thread, we'll find out something very interesting. The Armed Fantasia / Penny Blood situation is so depressing. This is from Roswellish. Now you can read all this here, but yeah. They collaborated on a Kickstarter that would not see but two games funded. Now, so this started in 2022. And then 2 years later, in November 2024, Studio Wild Rose, the developers of Penny Blood, were suing indie publisher Dangan over unpaid funds from the Kickstarter. Yeah, and then the developers acknowledged themselves in their own Q&A that the $2.5 million in Kickstarter funds were only meant to kickstart development of these games, meaning that with neither game having a confirmed publisher, they have both effectively run out of money. Yeah, it's just tough. I mean, Kickstarters are risky. Look at this excitement. That really sucks. That's funny. At this point, being called a spiritual successor is a bad thing. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse because it gets people excited about something, but at the same time, it leaves you with a lot of expectations to live up to. I mean, Penny Blood looks really cool, but yeah, it's a little mini sad story. So, I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting one. So yeah, I mean, thanks for tuning in. Froggy, Maestro, anyone else who might have popped in. Thanks to all of you. It's fun streaming. It's fun seeing who wants to come in and chat. And I'll be back again. Don't you worry. I'll be back again. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll cap it in an hour. And I'll see you next time.